Being at the Turning Point Student Action Summit for the last few days has been invigorating and encouraging. Seeing a bunch of young conservatives standing up and having a backbone trying to defend America, individual liberty, freedom, and our great nation. But naturally, because it's 2020, you realize that the world is still hot garbage, and you turn on the news and realize that everything is still on fire. The absolute trash factory known as our U.S. Congress is set to vote today on a $900 billion stimulus bill that includes a whopping $600 payment to Americans that they have been arguing over for months. $600. And if you haven't already realized that our political class is run by a bunch of criminals, this bill is 5,593 pages long and was released today and set to be voted on tonight. And even if these clown sneakers had a full 8 hours of uninterrupted time to read this bill, they would have to read 700 pages an hour or 11 pages a minute. And if you needed more proof that the world is a dumpster fire and that these Corona clap restrictions are even more egregious than you previously thought, an 18-year-old college student has been jailed in the Cayman Islands for breaking their mandatory 14-day Corona clap isolation protocols. And now she is going to be sentenced to prison for 4 months for doing so. Meanwhile, as most of the United States and lots of parts of the world remain locked up as a result of these clap restrictions, everybody really seems excited about this stuff that goes in your arm to supposedly make things better. It's kind of interesting how everybody just casually forgets that this is the fastest time that this thing has ever been made, 4 years or so ahead of the previous fastest one ever. But that's fine. Just shoot it right into your red stuff inside your body. That seems fine. Nothing to see there. That'll be fine. I find it exceptionally awesome how they're showing all of this on TV, holding press conferences with step and repeats where people are sitting there and there's some character with a white coat on supposedly giving you this thing. And meanwhile, anybody with eyes is able to look at these things that are putting the thing into your thing and see that a lot of the times they're empty or they're not pressing the button at all because we can zoom in and we have the internet. On top of that, because everything is trash and the world is on fire, you have people like AOC, the smartest person on earth, aka people like AOC, who is a healthy 31-year-old person, receiving this stuff. Oh, that seems kind of interesting how she's being prioritized over people that are supposedly extremely high risk. This young 31-year-old is now getting this before a elderly person, a frontline worker, or someone that may be immunocompromised. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. And because everything is garbage and lots of people are psychopaths, some interesting news came out recently that suggests that elderly people should not be getting this juice, this stuff, ahead of frontline workers or healthcare workers because they're white. Because elderly people are mostly white, and it has to be even. Oh. So apparently, if you are a person of color and you work on the line that is in front in the care of things, you should be receiving this juice that everybody thinks is great ahead of a person that is 87 years old because they're white. That's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's great. The world is garbage. And because everything is awesome and everyone's paying attention, I also find it quite interesting that this supposed juice that is supposedly going to solve problems, maybe, but won't, but can't, but all whatever, since whatever, that we're not talking about anything, supposedly only maybe protects you from something for 2 months. Or maybe it doesn't. And maybe you still got to wear a diaper. And maybe it doesn't do anything at all. Oh, great. Good thing. Shoot it into your, just pop it on in there, Jack. But hey, who cares? No big deal. Joey Basement. I don't like politics, so I don't pay attention. Meanwhile, every single member of Congress has been paid full-time without any interruption in their salary for the last 9 months while they argued over giving us back a small piece of our own money. And while everybody was not paying attention, not speaking up, or not saying anything, these psychopaths seem to just destroy and decimate small businesses and livelihoods across the entire nation while helping to facilitate quite possibly the largest money grab and the largest transfer of wealth in U.S. history. And while all of these psychos just virtue signal about Corona clapping while you save grandma, people are dying of suicides and overdose at an expedient rate, a higher rate than ever before, and no one seems to care because but hey, who cares? It doesn't affect me. No big deal. I'll just vote for Joey Basement because Trump is so bad. He's very bad rhetoric. His rhetoric. Meanwhile, the entire nation and the republic is at threat, more so now than maybe any time in history before. But whatever, nothing to see here. Look the other way. But whatever, who cares? Virtue signal. Please refer to me as such and such. You know, these leftists are destroying our nation. Everything is a threat. The world is garbage. Everything is trash. 2020 is a dumpster fire. Please get us in next year. Baseball, please, for the love of Christmas. Rise again.